Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome back to Gage, Kentucky and the Dig Out of Debt series. Watch yourself there, love. Hope you're all doing very well and having a brilliant day. So, as of the last episode, thanks to a nice little paying contract, we are now completely dug out of debt. Every bit of money that we have in the bank account, which is currently just ticking down a little bit because I'm just topping myself up with a chunk of anhydrous here, is ours. So yeah, all good. Bank manager's happy, I suppose. But yeah, got a little bit of work to crack on with. As you'll see from the numbers there, just wanted to bring it to your attention, yes, the anhydrous ammonia between the front tank that we've got hitched up and, of course, the Hardy Mega Sprayer that I've got behind me. I have done it, this is just for my own sanity, I suppose. I've increased the capacities using Ritter's wonderful Adjust Capacities mod, purely, like I say, just to do my sanity a favour, I suppose. We're just going to go and work and do the last bit of field work that we need to do on our own land, which is throw a bit of nitrogen in the form of anhydrous over our corn. I know that thanks to the field calculator mod, I'm going to need just north of 9,000 odd litres, and just to save myself a load of time coming back into the shop here to load up is why I've done the just the increased capacity thing just for this job. Purely because it's a long time. This particular tractor isn't very fast, as you can see, flat out here at a mind-blowing 20 miles an hour. So yeah, just to save myself a load of time, and it just means I can get the job done that little bit quicker, and then I'll reset it all afterwards. But yeah, we're in a decent place though. Like I say, we're now just shy of 6,800 bucks in the bank account, but all of our land is all good. Obviously, as a result of the proceedings of the last few episodes, we've got barley in the field ready to that's going to be ready to cut next month. We've got a field of wheat that's going to be ready in 3 months in August, as will be the canola, again ready in August in 3 months time. The grass field that used to be the 2 soybean fields that we stitched together, that is currently at growth stage 3 or 4, so that's going to be ready to go and cut next month. There's no immediate rush on that though, because we do have upwards of about 530,000 litres of grass in bale form over in the shed. Now the grass is purely down to supporting and looking after the cows and the sheep. Of course the cows are 100% grass fed on this save, so yeah, it's not a particularly fast moving save game, I suppose, in that respect, as I say, you know, when it comes to that, but it's all good. It's really, really enjoyable, this, I must say. And of course, once we get this job done in the corn and increase its levels of nitrogen, that corn is then ready to leave to its own devices until October in 5 months time, when that is going to be ready to harvest as well. Now, over the last couple of episodes, in between the last couple of episodes, I have mentioned that this series will be coming to an end. Now today's episode is more than likely going to be the last episode in this series, because I have got myself out of debt. I was just toying with the idea of what I was going to do with it. I didn't just want to go, right, there we go, debt paid off, done, and then just turn off and go and do something else. I wanted to bring it to some kind of reasonable close. Now again, I was toying with the idea of whether to shift forward in time month by month by month and then get all the harvesting done. I did mention that I might do that, but I've changed my mind on that, because what I'm going to do, because I know this approach is relatively popular with you wonderful folk, I'm going to release the save game once I've done with today's episode and recorded. The plan at the minute is, as I say, quickly throw the anhydrous over the corn, and then we'll shift into next month, figure out what we've got in the way of pallets and from our dairy production system, maybe make a few quid from that if we've got anything there to deal with, and then move into next month and harvest the barley and throw that in the silo. And then once we're done there, then I will save it. I'll strip the save game of all the unnecessary mods that are loaded in there but not needed, and then I'm going to release the save game on my Discord, because I did already release a copy of this very early on at the beginning of the series, down to quite a few requests from you wonderful people, so I'll just update it. I'll upload this one as well. So then there'll be a version to start at the very beginning if you so wish, and there will also be a version to carry on here, essentially, because like I say, I know that is a relatively popular thing to do. Folks like to do that. So the farm will be in a decent position. There'll be a load of crops in the fields to harvest in the coming months. There is currently just under $25,000 of soybeans still in the silo. That is going to be the best sell time. That's July, in a couple of months' time. So we'll have roughly what kind of money we've got in the bank at the minute, plus whatever we get from our pallets in the dairy production system, and then there'll be just under 25 grand's worth of soybeans in the silo, and then whatever we get from the barley as well, that'll be in the silo as well. Now the barley, it's not at its best sell price at the minute. I think sell time for barley is a bit later on in the year, so I'll obviously that'll be there for you guys to decide what to do with. But yeah, that's the idea. I think that would be a nice place to call an end to this little series. It's a beautiful map. I've really enjoyed playing this Gage, Kentucky map. Is an absolute masterpiece in my personal opinion. I know it's been extremely popular with all the player base out in the community here. So yeah, it's an absolute cracker, and I know it still is. A lot of people are thoroughly enjoying this map. So yeah, there'll be a save game for you to download. All the mods are already in a list on my Discord, so there shouldn't be anything for me to do apart from just upload this latest version of the save game. So I will do that when we're done here. And I'll let everybody know over on the Discord when that's ready to rock and roll. So if you are interested in carrying this on, by all means, if you're not a member on my Discord, the link will be in the video description below. You are more than welcome. Come join the fun. The save game will be in the community save game section. So yeah, all tickety-boo in that respect. And now I do have, I'm not going to spoil any well, spoilers I suppose, but I do have a new series in mind to take over from this US series, because I've always, on my channel, I've always liked to have my finger in just a series in one of the different groups and types of maps that we have. So ordinarily I've always got some kind of UK series running, I've always got some kind of US series running, and potentially a Euro series as well. At the minute, because I have been very pressed for time these last few weeks and I suppose months now, I have been struggling to keep my regular schedule. My Bells My Main series has had to take a back seat for a while, just because I've not been able to put the time towards that it really requires. So I will be coming back to that in the near future, but at the minute I do appreciate your patience, folks. As much as I would love to spend every minute of every waking day, every waking minute of every day, sorry, sat at my computer making content, unfortunately life does get in the way, doesn't it, now and again. So it's all good though, it's all good. I will get to it in due course. But anyway, right, let's focus on what we've got ahead of us now. We'll go and get this corn fed with a bit of nitrogen, and we'll see where we're up to after that. So I'll pick you up in a wee while's time.
We'll be long gone, hang on, I cannot go wrong. We're going away, I get you back, check the tag, journey for life, and cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm alright. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong.
There we go, folks, job done. Do you know what, I just absolutely love driving along in a row cropped field with row crops on the tractor. Just that extra level of realism that it brings to the game and immersion for me is just absolutely spot on. It feels perfect. I know it's not bang on, I get that, you know, that around some corners here and there it can be a bit hit and miss when it comes to the pattern, but it is just really, really cool, I've got to say. Where FARMERSIM 25 is now, in my personal opinion, compared to where it was at the beginning, it's just mega. The level of ingenuity and cleverness that some modders have brought to this game, I think, is just mesmerising. I mean, just to pick a bunch off the top of my head, you know, Oz, Ritter, NX Modding, just to name a couple. very, very clever folks, modders out there. It's just mega. And as I was doing that job, I was just kind of thinking on about all the stuff that I've got to come. I didn't briefly mention before the new series that I've got in mind, and I was also thinking about, obviously, mods. But the series that I've currently got going on at the minute over on Whitcomb Park Farm, that I have just literally just dove in at the deep end and turned on as many realism mods as I could physically get my hands on, just to properly change the way you play the game. And it really does change the way the game works. It's just absolutely incredible. It's hard work, don't get me wrong, especially when you've been used to playing the game for so long that you suddenly start to just see it in a different light when there's so much more to think about when it comes to the realism mods, that yeah, it just changes the way that you play the game. And this far into Farming Simulator 25, to have that entire turnaround, that flip on the 180 as it were, to go from playing it this way to playing it a completely different way, it's just testament to the genius and ingenuity of the modders that we've got in our community, folks. It's just mega. And I was thinking about all these realism mods because I wanted to just touch base very briefly again on the series that I'm going to be replacing this one with. Now, I'm not going to obviously go into too much detail. All I'm going to say is, though, completely the opposite from this one. Obviously, this one I started out in debt with small equipment. We're 14 episodes in now, and I haven't really. The aim wasn't to spend a load of money and buy in loads of equipment. The aim was just to enjoy playing with some smaller equipment, some older, smaller, older American style equipment for the likes of this John Deere here, which is an absolute beauty of a little tractor, this 4020. Yeah, I just wanted to play with them and use them. But yeah, the new series, complete flip 180 on its head. All I'm going to say, just think big without spoiling it. And of course, in true FARMERSIM fashion, my official, I suppose you can call her now, my official farm builder, my good mate Chimera, has built me an absolute masterpiece of a farm. So even if it's not just to listen to my nonsense that spouts out my mouth, you're going to want to watch this, check out this new series when it comes along, just to see the farm, because it's just chef's kiss. It really is. I'm so eternally grateful for what she does for me and my channel here. So Kim, if you are watching, my friend, you're a legend, and I can't wait to get my teeth into this new series coming up in the next few weeks. So anyway, sorry, yeah, bit of a waffle there, mindlessly. So yeah, we've done all right there. The cornfield, we have taken the potential yields from 77% in the sandy loam up to 100%. We had 93% yield potentials in the loam, and that's now increased up to 122%. And we had yields of about 65% in the loamy sand, and that has been increased up to about 80% now. So yeah, the application rate at the most I think I saw was about 271 litres a hectare, but the field calculated mod was pretty much bang on. It's used 9,000 and something litres now. What have we got in here? We haven't got anything in that back tank there, but I think in the front tank 826 litres. So yeah, as near as it makes no difference, just north of 9,000 litres. So that's awesome. So, I think now is, what we're on, 2nd of May, it's 12 o'clock. We've got some rain due at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. There's not much I'm going to be doing now in this in-game day. The cows are fine. They've not got a huge amount of milk in here. 189 litres according to the heads-up display there. And likewise with the goats and the sheep. They've not got a huge amount of wool and or goat milk sitting around out here. We have got a few products there just sitting outside the dairy there. What have we got here? 302 litres and 675 litres. I do wish we had like a measurement mod that could change the quantities into more accurate fill units. I know we've got the British fill units mod that has been recently released as a beta. It's a cracking thing, but that's obviously for British maps. But yeah, just to read wool in litres still has never ever sat right with me. I know it says there mass 400 kilograms, but surely we should. It feels right that we should have the measurements in kilograms at least for wool. Anyway, you know what I'm on about. But yeah, so we've got a few products here sitting outside. So what I think I'm going to do is just nip into tomorrow, I suppose, into the first day of June. Hopefully the rain will have surpassed by then, and we'll hopefully have some good weather. and then we can crack on. Initially, we will sort out the pallets and any products that we have in the dairy. We'll get those shifted over and sold over to the farmers market just to increase the bank balance by a little bit. And then we're going to jump in our wonderful old Massey Ferguson harvester there and team up with the John Deere and the trailer and get our final harvest underway. So, see you in the morning. Righto, good morning folks, here we are, just turned 8 AM and the sun is out. Beautiful day to crack on with a bit of a harvest. So, as you can see, we're just sat in the 7810 now. I have got everything that the dairy production system has spat out for us this morning. I'm hoping that we should have just about enough to take the bank account just north of $10,000, and I think that's a half decent place to leave the bank account, at least for the end of this series, so that when if any of you wonderful folk do decide to pick it up and carry it on, you've got 10 grand to start off with. You've got 25 grand's worth of soybeans in the silo to kick off with as well, plus what we get from the barley harvest very shortly as well. So yeah, should hopefully be in a nice position. Plus, of course, the corn that we've just done. Now, we did do a corn harvest earlier in this series, but that was as the game gave it to us. So the if I remember correctly, the pH levels and the nitrogen levels weren't anywhere near what they should be. So of course the yields weren't anywhere near as good as what they could be. So hopefully now that I've done all the work, you guys will be able to profit from it. And of course we've got the corn dryer that currently has about 250,000 litres of straw, which is its fuel for drying corn, this particular dryer, which I think is a really cool thing. So yeah, I'm hoping. There we go, what we got there. $6,400. Perfect. $12,895 in the bank. Brilliant. Yeah, so regarding the corn dryer, and obviously just touching base again on me putting this save out onto my Discord, I will do my absolute utmost, because initially when it comes to things like editing mods, you can't obviously, it's against the rules to share an edited mod. But of course, now we've got Ritter's adjust capacity mod, for example, I'll make sure that the capacities that the corn dryer has now are set through Ritter's mod and not, I think I've already done that anyway, but just to make sure, so I'm not sharing edited mods, do you know what I mean? So if you guys pick up the save game, you'll have the 2 million litre capacity that the corn dryer presently has, plus what's in it, I hope. That should be the way it works. So yeah, I'll make sure all the mods are there for you to download. I'll add any more in there into the list over on the Discord if needed. Now, throughout this series, we've spent a huge amount of time in this cab of this wonderful 7810. So to finish off and get the barley harvest done, we're going to jump back into the cab, into our old school office of the 4020 plus the Massey. I think that's how that's one of the first jobs I did on this series, isn't it? A harvest, running those two machines. So be a fitting way to bring it to an end as well, I think. It's a lovely old tractor, it really is, and just fits perfectly on this map, in my personal opinion. It really, really does. So yeah. Anyway, right, back to the farm. I'm just going to sort out the harvester and the 4020. I'll see you around at the barley field. There we go, all sorted. Got the 4020 hooked up to the Parker gravity wagon just behind me on my right. I tell you what, it's good to be back in this old thing, it really is. It's a lovely old harvester. Not very big capacity, of course, but does the job just right. Now let me just check that we've got, yep, straw swaths on, because of course there will be some straw swaths for you guys to pick up if you do decide to follow on from this series. But yeah, here we go. Getting on with it. So, without further ado, let's get doing with this final harvest.
Looking at you keep me going back to those days, capable of keeping track of how many nights could pass. Cheap hotels and driving fast, and the radio playing our soundtrack. Broken love, tequila and bluegrass. Evenings just like movie scenes along the roads in Tennessee.
Not bad going at all so far, ladies and gentlemen, so we're almost done. I'd say, give or take a bit, maybe 10-15 minutes left. It's not taking long at all to get this one done. We're getting about 4.5 grand's worth of grain per trailer. Just over 12,000 litres in that trailer, so it's, yeah, going well so far. It looks like I'm going to be leaving anyone who does want to carry on this save somewhere in the region of probably just north of 50 grand. Admittedly, there are a couple of little patches I need to pick up, very small ones that Course missed off. But, yeah, that's by the by. But, yeah, I'll be leaving somewhere in the region of about, I'm going to say, somewhere between 50 and 60 grand so far from what we get from this barley, plus the soybeans, plus any other little residual bits of butter and goat and milk and all that, bottled milk and all that over there in the dairy. So, like I say, not long at all, but the yield is good. Let's see if I just jump very quickly into the quick stop by time-saving stock check. Sorry, 28 grand's worth of grain in the silo currently. That's of course considering you sell it in January, plus the 24. So yeah, going well so far. But if I just jump into my precision farming and have a look at the yield, it's not been too bad so far. What we're looking at, somewhere in the region 90, 95s and 100%. So yeah, the work pays off there, ladies and gentlemen. The prep work we did all that time ago. So yeah, all good. That's auto drive there, going with trailer load of grain. Oh goodness me, look at that bit there. How's he done that? Shocking. Right then, so I'll finish off and I'll see you in a few. There we go, folks. Job done, and what a lovely little job that was to finish off this series. If I don't say so myself, it was really quite enjoyable. It was nice to jump back into the cab of this Massey. It feels like ages since I've been in there, but it's a beautiful mod, this. It really is. Loads of detail in it. But yeah, cracking little thing, that. It's just a nice change from playing with the usual real big, typical combine harvesters, just to have something relatively small and compact. But yeah, it's done the job perfectly nonetheless. All in all, 97,499 litres of barley we got off that field, so the yields were cracking, they really were. So monetary wise, I'm going to be leaving behind $74,053 to be precise. That's inclusive of the 12,890 that we've got in the bank there. We've got $61,163 worth of grain in the silo at the minute, so that's all good. And of course, there's still the straw to pick up out of here as well. We do have a baler on the farm, so like I keep mentioning, if you do like the idea of picking this save on series up from where we leave off here, we've got the baler there, so you can get all this picked up, make a few dollars from that as well. So yeah, I think that's a pretty decent place to leave off, I think, for now. I do know that a lot of people have jumped on board and joined the channel since I did this series, so I've got to say a huge thank you to all of you and to everyone for watching it and giving it your support, your likes, your comments and all that, and especially for jumping on board and subscribing. If you are a watcher and you're watching this at the minute and you haven't subscribed, please consider jumping on board and joining the channel. It'll be great to speak to you. Leave us a comment, let us know what you think. As I say, got a new series coming up. Ideally, I want to say within the next week, but I've got a little bit of prep work to do on that yet. And of course, life in the background as well. So I will get to it as soon as possible. But I am extremely excited to get my teeth into this new one. It's always nice to picking up a new series. But yeah, like I said before, just think polar opposite of this when it comes to the size of the equipment, at least anyway, and the fields. I'm not going to say what map it's on yet, but yeah, I'm excited to get my teeth into it. It's going to be really, really cool, I hope. So yeah, I hope you're looking forward to that one too, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, like I say, for today's episode and this series, I'm going to call it here. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, especially for watching the whole series. I really do appreciate and thoroughly love your support. It's been incredible. So yeah, thanks again for watching, folks. I really do hope you have enjoyed this episode and you like the way I'm doing things. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board and joining the channel. Please hit that like button too. It does do wonders, helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And if you like the idea of supporting the channel, there are a couple of ways you can do that. There is my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing Farming Simulator 25 or any of its add-ons or DLCs, there is copy.com if you'd like to buy me a coffee. And there is also my G-Portal affiliate link if any of you are in the market for an online server to play with your mates. Any help and support there, folks, would be hugely appreciated. So, thanks again for your time again, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.